Hi, my name is Enes, the instructor from Best of the Best Driving Consult. Today I'm here to talk more on who a learner driver is and the best practices a learner can follow to stay safe on the public road. So kindly stay tuned to the end. Who is a learner? A learner is a person who has no or little idea or knowledge about driving. So that's who a learner driver is. So a learner driver is a person who has no or little knowledge or idea about driving. That's who a learner driver is. But before a learner driver can even drive on the road, he or she must be 18 years and above and must go to DVLA to start with his or her first license process. So before you can even hit the road, the person must go to DVLA and pass through the learner process stage in order to acquire his first license. That first license that DVLA will issue to the applicant is called learner driver's license. Yes. The law says that before you can be able to go to DVLA and process your learner's driving license, 1, you must be 18 years and above. 2, you must have your Ghana card or Ghana identification card. If you are a foreigner and you have a non-citizen card or you have your passport and you are 18 years and above, you also qualify. 2, the person must be fit and have a sound mind before the person can go to DVLA and process his or her license. Then 3, the person must be able to read and write. And 4, the person must go to a nearest eye test and do his or her eye test and must carry a proof of a letter or a proof that shows that he or she has passed the eye test process. And this eye test process is being done by some eye test centers all over the country. So DVLA has given some eye test accreditation. So it's not all eye test centers that have that accreditation. So anytime you want to go to DVLA to do any license process there, you need to go to any nearest eye test center and do the eye test. When you walk in, just tell them that you are going to DVLA to do your eye test, to do your license. So you are here for eye test. You go, then they'll do the eye test. What you need to carry along is your identification card, that's the Ghana card. And as at 2024 April that I'm doing this video, for fresh applicants, the cost is 70 Ghana cedis, and for those that they already have a license, they are going for upgrading or renewal, the cost is 50 Ghana cedis. For fresh applicants, it's 70 Ghana cedis, and for new, for old or those that already have license, the cost is 50 Ghana cedis. But if you go there, they have challenges with your eye. Either they recommend you to buy glasses or a spectacles so that you can drive the spectacles. That one, the price of the spectacles varies based on your results. So let me continue by saying that when you go to DVLA, because you are a fresh applicant, there are 3 categories or 3 types of license that a learner can opt for or a learner can apply for. So the first license is class B. That's for normal saloon car, normal pickup, and some mini buses. So when you just walk into that you want to learn how to drive, they will process for learner's license of class B. So class B license are for saloon car, 4x4, and some mini buses. With Class B, the maximum applicants or the maximum people that you can carry in your car, not more than 15 passengers. So you have to carry less than 15 passengers car. So Class B license is for drivers or for cars that they take less than 15 passengers. Okay, so when you walk into DVLA, they'll ask you, are you processing for car or you are processing for motor? When you have no idea or less knowledge about motor, then you want to learn how to drive, you need to go to DVLA and process your license A. So license A is for motorcycle. So it can be a bobo yard, it can be tricycle, and it can be normal motor. Then, if you are an operator, you can also go to DVLA and apply for license C. So license C is for heavy equipment license. So like forklift, excavator, payloader, dump truck, backhoe, that is license E. So if you are a new driver or operating those machines, you need to go to DVLA and get the license. So learner's license is issued by DVLA. So no driving school can issue you a learner's driving. If you go to a driving school will lead you to DVLA and help you facilitate that license process. But note, driving schools don't issue learner's driver's license. They will lead you through the process. So when you go to DVLA, after you pass through the process, there's some fee you need to pay, a prescribed fee at DVLA. When you pay, then you pass through the process, you'll be issued with learner's driving license. Then you'll be given a highway code. That highway code is a book that consists of road signs, the don'ts and the do's on the road, the don'ts and the do's in driving. So you sometimes call it driving Bible. They'll give you that book, and also they'll give you L plate. This L plate is a sign or it's a plate that you display or you hang in your car, on your car, for other road users to know that you are a learner, so that they will give you some priorities, or they'll give you some priorities, because learner driver, you are new, so cars or drivers around you must give you more room to exhibit or practice what you are being taught by your instructor or by your supervisor. So when you go to DVLA, they'll give you your learner's driving license, they'll give you the highway code, and they'll give you L plates. These L plates are two, so you hang one at the front, then you hang one at the back to make it visible for other people to know that you are a new driver. Note, after you go to DVLA, now this is time for you to learn the skills. There are two options. Either you go to DVLA first and process your learner's driving license, then go back to a driving school to continue with the training, or you can go to a driving school first, start with the theory. Whilst you are doing the theory, the driving school will take you to DVLA and help you process your learner's license. From there, then come back to the driving school. So you can even go to DVLA street and process your learner's license. After that, then you come back to a driving school, or you can go to a driving school, start with the theory session. When you start the theory session, we do 2 or 3 topics. We take you to DVLA and process your learner's line. Then we bring it back. After you are done with the theory session, then you start with the practical session. So this is how things are done when it comes to learner's driving license. Okay, so these skills, you must get these skills from a professional. When I say a professional, from accredited driving schools, and all driving schools are under one umbrella that is called Ghana Drive, and Ghana Drive is being monitored by DVLA. So DVLA has given us some topics that we need to teach for fresh applicants, and some practical sessions that we need to do. So we are under DVLA, and DVLA monitor our day-to-day activities as a driving school. The driving school, what do? Driving school provide a structured, easy, and systematic approach to learn how to drive. So when you go to a driving school, driving school provide you with a structured easy and systematic approach to learn how to drive. So it's advisable that as a fresh applicant, you need to go to an accredited driving school. Not just accredited driving schools that they have the necessary things for teaching, the necessary materials, the necessary cars for their training. 2, driving school also ensures that the learner driver is equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills for both the theory and the practical to become a competent and a defensive driver. So these are the common things that when you go to a driving school, you get. 1, you are going to get easy technique that we use to learn, and 2, they will give you the skills and the knowledge to become a competent and a defensive driver. So please don't let anyone teach you how to drive. If you want to learn how to drive, kindly go to accredited driving school. And if you are in Sekedi in Takrady, then you want an accredited driving school that is an international accepted standard in their teaching, come to best of the best driving school. That's my school. We don't rush in teaching our students, and we take our time to break the system down for them to understand and teach them well, so that by the end they become a good and drive safe on the road, because this is a drive safe series that I'm doing. Thank you. Let me continue. And when you go to a driving school, you undergo 18 theoretical topics. So you're going to undergo 18 theoretical topics. These 18 theoretical topic is being designed by DVLE, that's and driving school. That is a topic that when you teach the applicant will be safe and will know almost all the knowledge about driving. So they have 18 theoretical topics that every day you teach one. Every day you teach. So within 18 days, the applicant is done with the theory session. And these 18 topics, some of the topics are driver's attitude, defensive driving, highway code, types of road, weather condition, modern technologies, or modern information that has popped up. We teach them all these things after they are done. We move them to the practical session. The practical session and preparation towards their computer exams and the driving practicals is also almost 30 days. So practicals like 20 days, then other 10 days for preparation, answering of questions. Then we take them to DVLE. And when they are able to pass through this process, when they go to DVLE to do their driving practicals and the road sign and the computer exams, they pass with ease, such as with my driving school. So come, if you want to learn how to drive, don't go the informal way. Come the informal, that's going to a driving school and learn how to drive. So in sum total, within the practicals and the theory and the preparation towards your DVLE test and the practical test, the law says you need to undergo 48 hours lessons or 48 topics. When you are done, then by that time your time is due for your DVLE. Then you go and pass your test, and now you become a driver. But you are talking about learner drivers. So let me quickly go to the do's and the don'ts of a learner driver. As a learner driver, there are some things that you don't need to do, and there are some things that you must do. So the first on my list is learner driver must be accompanied by an instructor or by a supervisor. And if you are not using an instructor and you are using a supervisor, that supervisor must be a license holder who has driven for more than 3 years. So if you want your loved ones or your spouse or your driver to teach you how to drive, make sure that the law says that he must have a higher class of license and must be driven for more than 3 years. But with the driving school instructor, you pass through the process to become an instructor. So we are qualified certified instructors. So the law says that you can be trained, or you can learn how to drive, or you can be accompanied by an instructor or a supervisor. Is key. Then 2, must not carry a passenger except the instructor or the supervisor. So as a learner driver, you don't carry passengers. What do you see? I have one lady friend. When she came to our driving school, and by the grace of God, we were able to teach her. You will see her. She's a teacher. She's a teacher. Around two, you see her carrying school children in their car. Corolla, one of the Corolla X or so. Bunch, the law doesn't permit that. When you do that, you can be stopped by a police officer. Okay, and it's against the law. So must not carry passengers except the instructor or the supervisor. The third point, the learner driver must drive within the hours of 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. So as a learner driver, you must drive within 5 a.m. To 5 p.m. That's the hours that you can drive. Earlier than 5 a.m., later or after 5 p.m. is an offense. You can be stopped by an officer, by either a police officer or any officer on uniform or DVLA staff. You are not permitted to drive during those hours. The fourth point, learner driver must not drive above 50 km per hour. So as a learner driver, you don't drive more than 50 km per hour. So where do you drive more than? As a highway that you can go more than 50. So as a learner driver, is not permitted to use the highway. And if you want to still use the highway, you have to go less than 50 km at the highway. But note, at the highway, when you go too low than the speed limit on a particular road, or too high, a potential driver. So any learner driver who tries to use the highway, who tries to use the motorway, become a potential hazard, because he or she must go lower than the speed limit on that particular road. And when it comes that, you become a potential driver. So a learner driver is not permitted to use the highway. A learner driver is not allowed to go more than 50 km per hour. Nice one. Then my next point, and anytime you are driving, you need to carry your learner's license around you or inside your car, so that when you are being stopped by any police officer, you just remove your license. Then the officer will see that you have a learner's driving license. Then the last on my list is must hang or display their L plates on their vehicle. When you are a learner driver, you need to display your L plates on your car to make it more visible for other road users to know you're a learner driver. So these are some of the things you need to do and you don't have to do as a learner driver. So I'll quickly go through the good practices that a learner must follow in order to drive safe on the road. That's the most important thing about this channel. We want to do the safest things so that we will not be involved, or we will not be crashed, or we will not we will not be involved or invite an accident. And now my son accident and I say yanka sapu ma accident in. So that's the most thing that we are preaching now. That's the drive safe series that I'm doing. Okay, so good practices of a learner that I need to follow. 1, take your driving lesson serious and research more about the driving. So when you enroll in driving school, make sure that you are serious. Most learners, because they are not the one paying their money, their fees, they don't take the class serious. Few ones that they take it, but most that the ones that they are paying it by themselves, they take the class serious. Driving is a skill that must be taken serious. So normal school that we go, if you want the best, you need to read more. So if you want to become a good driver, you need to read more. We get get more information on the internet, watch more videos. If there's a topic that you need to be treated the following day, make sure that you read. When you take it serious, your driving becomes easy and you can drive well. And by the end of the driving school, you become a safe and a good driver. So kindly take your driving lessons serious. Ask questions in class and make more notes, make more research. It's going to help you. Then the second point is committed and punctual to class. Most those that they learn how to drive, and those that people pay their money, their fees to them, fees for them, they don't take their class. Not all, but some don't take their class serious. And when it happens, so today you come, tomorrow you don't go. Driving is a skill that when you continue coming, it helps. it makes the learning process or your career progression so nice. But when you come today, you go high, the following day you drops, you go high, the following drops. It's not healthy. So make sure that when you enroll in driving school, you take your class serious and you become committed and punctual to every class that you need to attend. The third point is, within the first 2 weeks, don't drive any other car apart from a driving school car. So within the first 2 weeks of learning how to drive with a driving school, I don't encourage you to try it at home with mommy's car or daddy's car or with friend's car. Why? Because there's a time that we are picking up the basis. You need to pick up the basis, work on the basis for some time, because now we start mastering. So with the first two, there's learning the basis, the common sense in driving, the laws in driving. Then from the third week and fourth week and subsequent week is mastering what we've taught you. So the first 2 weeks, please don't use mommy's car, don't use your friend's car, because now you are picking up the fundamentals. So you need to take your time. So within the first 2 weeks, please don't use any other vehicle except the driving school vehicle. Why? Because the driving school vehicle, we have something called the dual paddle, the dual control system. At the front passenger seat, there is this foot works, that the brake, there's accelerator, the clutch, some there, and there's some on the other side. So when the applicant is doing mistake, the instructor will come in to help the applicant. So please, as a learner, the first 2 weeks, you don't have to drive alone, or you don't have to drive other vehicle except the driving school car. Why? Because this is the fundamental stage that I need to. Thank you. Let me go through the fourth point. The fourth point, the third week and the fourth week, you can practice at home. So the fourth week and the third, the fourth, the sixth, other weeks you can practice at home. But if only you are being supervised by someone who has driven for more than 3 years. So you can only drive or practice at home if you have a supervisor and is willing to sit beside you and direct you. Okay. And the fifth point, don't practice without any instructor or supervisor. Please don't say that now you are best as a learner, you want to drive alone. Please, if a policeman stops you, you'll find yourself wanted. So please, as a learner, the law doesn't permit you to drive alone. You need to drive with a supervisor or you drive with an instructor. So please don't drive alone. Then the sixth point, that's the key. Don't practice with your supervisor at a busy area. So as a learner, if you want to practice at home or you are done in the driving school and want to practice, you need to take it slow by slow, like climbing a staircase. See that you climb one, you go to 2, 3, then that's 4. So as a learner, if you want to start practicing alone, you need to go to a park or on a busy area, build momentum or build the techniques, then later you hit the mirror. So as a learner, if you want to drive within the first weeks, the 5 weeks or the 6 weeks in driving school, don't drive at a busy area unless you are in a driving school car and the car is dual paddle and you are doing driving at a congested area. The driving school instructor can take you through that area because their cars are as the dual paddles mechanism. So if there's anything dangerous or anything pops up that need any help, the instructor will come in. So please don't drive at a busy area. In conclusion, I'll say that driving is a skill that needs to be developed. So driving, you learn, you unlearn, then you relearn. People have driven for more than 20 years, early 90s, but things are changing. So it is advisable that day in, day out, you just go to a driving school and learn some of the theory, some of the new systems that are coming. Especially now in the olden days, cars has handbrakes or foot brake. Now cars has electronic brakes. Some cars, it doesn't have parking brake. It doesn't have handbrake. We call it the electronic parking brake. So if you don't know this and someone gives you a car, you see that there's no handbrake or there's no parking brake, but there's an electronic brake there. You see, in the olden days, they say that when your tire bursts, you can apply the brake or apply the handbrake or foot brake. And now that there's no foot brake in there or handbrake, how do you? So if you are a driver, you need to day in, day out, update your knowledge that you know about driving. So as I said, you have to learn, unlearn, then relearn. So please, if you want to learn how to drive, please kindly enroll with Best of the Best Driving Consult. We are the best. And now we are introducing a package called Pick and Pay. If you are out there, you are lacking some areas in driving, so you're reversing your confidence level, you can come. You pick just 2 days the areas that you are lacking. We calculate based on that area the cost involved. Then you pay something small. Then we take you through. Thank you for watching this video. Share this video to your friend, and please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. Thank you. Have a blissful day. Bye bye.